All right, everyone, welcome back. Welcome again. Thank you so much. It's amazing to know that a lot of people are interested in our topic that we're discussing. I hope that we will be informative and that we will spread the knowledge of the Dubai commercial real estate market, adding the retail side of the commercial real estate market that's often overlooked at. But let's start. Let's start with basics and our general market knowledge and with our positioning on the market and how we fit our concept as Ispace. I'm sure the majority of the people present know us, know Ispace as a brand of serviced offices. But today we wanted to showcase how our concept is positioned on the market and how we fit in the current market trends that we see on the local market. We will be speaking purely about Dubai today. However, of course, our business and our interests expand way beyond that. Um, we are developing a Class A real estate portfolio of as a property owner or property management company of a serviced office industry. We're targeting only prime buildings in the prime cities with high flow of new businesses and high flow of new companies entrance on the market. We not only provide a desk and a chair, but also a whole concept of a serviced office industry, such as full IT components support, like a concierge service support, full fit out service, multiple things on a day-to-day basis. So this is built up of a big experience that we've had from back in the day in our home country, as well as our 3-year development locally. Our key digital feature is our application that was developed in-house and is being used daily by our residents and ourselves, of course. That includes not only the Face ID access, which is completely secure and accessible only to the residents of our serviced offices, but also works as an ecosystem where you can open lockers via Face ID, via PIN codes, chat with IT support, book meeting rooms, adjust room temperature, adjust light, book cafe services via digital menu, have partnership programs with retail at the ground floor of One Central, which we call Home Now. So multiple things are done in order to make the lives of our residents easier, and we promote this convenience on the local market very actively because we think that the companies renting offices in the shared spaces shouldn't be limited purely to a desk and a chair and white walls, but be surrounded with comfort, convenience on a day-to-day basis, and have a fantastic experience for themselves and their guests and their partners and investors who they invite into the office. But let's jump down into a microeconomic situation on the local market and how UAE is positioned and what UAE does in order to promote itself, in order to promote its economy, thus, of course, have impact on the commercial real estate market. Of course, we're talking about strong neutrality of the country in the global political scene, which everybody talks about, and this is why the UAE can be called a safe house for the investors, for private high net worth individuals, investors, and businesses doing expanding from Dubai to the MENA region in general. Also, that attracts a low level of inflation, which is controlled, and also real GDP, which is climbing and expected to grow to 5.1% in 2025, which is fantastic figures on the local market and even the region. Of course, the rise in expat population that Dubai recently reached 4 million people as active residents drives higher living costs. But for a commercial real estate businesses is good because it expands not only within the established regions and established business communities, but also throughout the city, like sporadically. And that's extremely interesting to see the regions and areas of Dubai that has been overlooked for quite a while, grabbing popularity now. how we see the Dubai office sector rents. So they're climbing, of course, due to high demand and low supply. That's quite basic, but we wanted to prove it on active figures that we see as Ispace with our residents, and that we see as Ispace looking for new expansion opportunities. Prime office rents climb 5%, nearly 5% quarter on quarter every year. And we see that in some of the buildings that figure is even higher. For example, such niche products as One Central and other like built top buildings, they're rising for 15, 20% yearly, which of course is not pleasant, but it's pleasant for the companies that has been here for a long time and managed to secure the deals way in advance. Of course, areas like Business Bay, like DWTC, like Media City and Internet City, they are the ones heavily targeted by the tenants, and there you don't see a lot of new supply coming up to the market, and we will see further on that it gives some kind of a stress to the market, and that like some kind of a pulled string situation. We see that Dubai is attracting a lot of new investors, and it's rising year on year quite heavily, like a quarter more new investors has come to the market, and that's fantastic to see. And we see a lot of high net worth individuals bringing in their family offices here and expanding their outreach of investment interests to the local market. Of course, these figures are fantastic, but they not only pull money to the city, but within this money, a lot of industries are being developed, such as retail, warehouses, offices, residential. So real estate in general, of course, is the first driver and the first, kind of an impact of money flowing into the country. As previously, I was speaking about the pulled string situation, and we see that a big pipeline of new office are expected to be handed over within the next 2 years, and 85% of them are Class A, and we're speaking about more than 320,000 square meters of new office space. But we see that they're not concentrated majorly in one or two areas, but they're more like sporadically developed all over the city. But we see that some of the companies don't wish to move to new places now with higher rents on the top market, but they're quite expecting what's going to happen within the next 1, 2, 3 years. So that's why they're only renewing the current leases, locking in the current rates, and ahead of the new deliveries, which they will be ready to explore once all this new supply comes to the market. So that's why the market right now sees the situation where newcomers to the market are actively searching for the new offices that are not there, that being locked up by previous tenants. And they're waiting for the new supply to come over in order to go to a newly established buildings with a more prime quality. How we fit. So we developed our concept in 3 different directions, as most of you know. So we developed micro offices, built-to-suit concepts, and executive suites that all of which are 100% leased in One Central, being the top prime location with fantastic residents next to us, like top business and government official organizations. We proved that all of the 3 concepts are popular in the market, and they have the space to develop locally, and we feel like all of our spaces are being utilized very actively and being renewed by existing clients, and well in advance. Once we have the new availability, we see that it's being pre-leased long before the termination of the existing clients. We also developed several new business branches. We have opened a brokerage company to help others find their way in and into the Dubai market and find the perfect and best and sometimes off-market opportunities. We opened a property management company, which will help a new established buildings, private owners of office real estate, and institutional developers and investors have a proper management of their assets, which will drive a new investment, bigger clients, a more institutional approach. And we're absolutely confident that our 20-year experience in the commercial real estate market will bring a fresh outlook and expertise on the local commercial real estate segment. Of course, we're attracting investment into the purchasing and leasing opportunities in the MENA region in general. And we are driving new market trends by hosting such webinars as that, plus hosting conferences and, of course, sharing with the market our knowledge via sending out market reports. That's like the directions that we're going in. So we're attracting high net worth individuals and multiple $1 million investment via equity financing on the local market. Plus, of course, we are ready to expand our brand within the stakeholders interested in operational business. This webinar, we decided to go into a new segment of business for us and to investigate more with the active market player in this. We wanted to prepare the audience by showing some retail trends that are coming this year and which are happening as we speak. So we see that new entrants expand search within the Dubai retail spaces, and this gives us the combination of higher rents and limited availability in prime locations, because of course the existing local players tend to play a big role and they're always the first through the door, grabbing the best opportunities out there. So that's why the new market entrants have to be well prepared on how they enter in the market, have a very well established business concept globally in order to have a new opportunities. Second, we see that the change in F&B trends happens. So that's what we will be talking in more detail with our friend coming over in the next part of the webinar. We see, because we and our dear partners from consultancy JLL, we see that the local concept remains strong. But anyway, the local F&B scene focuses on casual and upper casual dining options. And we see that the new farm concepts appearing and this heavily being promoted locally in the market. So that's what we wanted to touch base a bit later. E-commerce, of course, is the key in local retail and in global retail in general. However, we see that the physical stores are being opened by e-commerce businesses and vice versa, which gives us a omni-channel approach to attracting new players and new buyers to the produce of the existing F&B operators and the stores. And of course, Abu Dhabi is the big thing, is the fantastic city which has a lot of opportunities, because that's where this is the next big wave of development. So right now, even if there's some presence in Abu Dhabi is not happening by companies or deliveries or restaurants, they make sure that Abu Dhabi is covered by the partner delivery or any form of channel that the local retail scene in Dubai can afford. So that's the shift that's also can be seen as a trend. So I invite my dear friend Teimur Bagirov, who is the Roots food managing director. They've recently opened a big store in Shoba Heartland area, and we will cover the next several questions, which I'm sure will be interesting for the audience. Just bear with us a second. Teimur, yes. Well, thank you so much. It's very good to see you. You're a fantastic professional. An established person in food real estate business and the food retail in general. And it's glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. So we wanted to touch base a few questions, and hopefully you will be able to tell us a couple secrets of your business and how you operate retail and what kind of challenges you have in the local market. So first of all, I'm sure you have a big background from back in the day. However, location. Oh, of course, in real estate, location. So why Dubai and why specifically a location as Shoba Heartland? Can you expand more on the selection process?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, we started our idea with a concept, not with the region specifically, right? So we have seen quite a good success of this concept in the CIS region. We've seen it in the US with Trader Joe's, Foods, and other guys. So we also had a deep understanding of the European market. So we were thinking, where is the gap? Yeah, so then we identified that UAE in particular is the place where people can afford good food, so healthy and tasty food, but at the same time, it's highly dominated by the traditional players. So like Spanish, Carrefour, and other, well, already like 30 years here.
So are they doing a good job in this trend?
Spanish is trying, and others are still more focused on the, let's say, traditional retail with all the, let's say, ingredients that are harming the day-to-day life of the consumers.
Traditional retail catch.
Yeah. So for us, it was important to have the demand from the audience. That's why we did a quite deep diving market research, and also to have an opportunity to source the local producers, which is the core of the concept. So then all the dots basically matched in Dubai and the UAE in general, and we decided to launch a pilot project here. So the idea of the pilot project was that like we definitely can source suppliers, locations, and of course have a positive feedback from our consumers.
But this healthy eating thing, is it a trend or it's here to stay for a long time?
It's here to stay because not only the government is supporting this, because there is a high percentage of the different illnesses that are related to the unhealthy eating, but also the consumers, they are following this trend. And basically, I wouldn't call it a trend, but these people, they're always there, but now the number is growing. Yeah? So there were a lot of people, like even our childhood, let's say, coming from different regions, when, let's say, mother and grandmother, they were cooking the traditional recipes. And all these traditional recipes, they never included anything like additives, preservatives, colorings, and so on. So basically, we are just trying to get back to the proper normal home food.
When you're having some grandma's cooking at your store, maybe.
Yeah. Sometimes we have our suppliers who are coming and doing some performances over there. So this is also something that I wanted to explain today because coming to the location topic.
Yes.
Why basically why Dubai and why Shoba? So of course Dubai makes sense from the economics perspective. Just to start and see how the demand is here, and it's the best landscape where we can analyze everything and get a lot of data. So here we had an idea. Where do we start? So we have three different formats. So one is the community-based grocery shopping, which is like around 150 to 100 square meters and located in the pure residential area. Another one is in the business area, where it's more focused on the grab and go and ready to eat. And the third one, we call it hybrid. So it's a kind of, let's say, Dubai Hills area, but close between the mall and business center and the residential.
So you cover all three.
You cover all three, and this is another opportunity that we are exploring at the moment and looking into this. So we started with the residential market here, it's like the, say, being open for the retail players. It's with a certain level of legacy behind this, where Spanish and other players historically were here, and they have a very good relationship with the developers.
Yes,
they have the proven concepts, and I would say that around, based on my experience and some analytics that I was looking at, is like around 80-85% of the locations, they are owned by the developers.
Oh,
so they are basically the ones who decide. And I know that MR, for example, they are considering the whole Dubai like a big shopping center, like a big shopping mall, and they just analyze how to put everything across the different residential and business communities, which tenant basically can be introduced to the specific location.
So how hard is it to, push through this door, which is open for the traditional retail shops?
Yeah, to enter, let's say, into the store is quite easy. So they are very eager to meet and to have discussions, but they have their own understanding of what they would like to see in this particular place. So I can tell you about one example when I spent like more than 2 hours with a team of MR in their head office, explaining the concept, explaining why it's interesting for the consumers, why we need to put specifically this
about farm background,
everything. And after 2.5 hours, they say, okay, like this is a perfect unit. We give it to you, but we think that we can confirm it only if you open there a chocolate shop. And not the convenience grocery store with the healthy food, because
2.5 hours wasted.
Yeah, it's not wasted, but it's like we just need to also know all the features, let's say, of the local, building the business in the local environment. So we are still in contact. So we're discussing, we are showing, and
you can always invite them to the ready-made shop.
Exactly, yeah. So this is what we at the end we managed to have the deal with Shoba. They were more open versus the other players on the market. And we also thought that this particular location is very good from the residential perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have
being actively developed.
Yeah, at the moment it's like 7,000 households, and they have in Q1 next year 10,000 households right there. So for us, it was a really good start. And Shobo was also supporting a lot, still supporting a lot with a lot of different activities that they make for the community where we can engage as a business. So here, just commenting maybe quickly on your location phrase that's like super important for the retail.
And super important for our business as well.
Yeah, I would say that I'm not sure how it works with the offices, but with the stores itself, like with the convenience grocery stores, imagine we entered this community. There is already Spinach, Choitrons. Carrefour was the one with whom we were competing for this specific location, and we won. And there are like F&B.
Put in the CV.
Yes, I will when I will have to. So and we identified, okay, like no one was waiting for us. Basically, all the good spots are taken, obviously, and we need now somehow to attract the consumers because the people are there. So what developer promised us, they keep the promise. Yeah. So the people live there. It's not like it's just the flats and empty, but the people are there. But the main, let's say, road is covered with the traditional retailers who are there. And we identified that if we can build the community around the idea of shopping with roots, it's a completely different story. So for them, it makes sense to go extra 10 meters, extra 50 meters. Maybe they have some other things, like other places on the way, but they are ready to go this extra mile because there is something that they cannot find in the traditional.
So experience
and also the products, because why again Dubai and why UAE? There is a lot of product hunting. Most of the people who live here, they buy groceries from the different places. They have a list that they follow, let's say, on the weekly basis. So like good fruits and vegetables we buy there. Every household has
different places for different
places, different stuff, and
I personally have the same.
Yeah, but now you find everything in
now you find everything in Roots. Yes, thank God that you deliver.
Yeah, and we are working to basically merge all of the preferences and unite them in one place.
So, and have you adapted the concept to the local audience? Because here's a big mix. Dubai is a big mix. So you don't only attract the CIS audience or only Arabs, and you also live in the multinational area yourself, and the store lives there as well. So have you adapted concept anyhow?
Yeah. So first of all, it started with the team. Yeah. So our team is mixed from, I think, at the moment around 12 nationalities, and they have a different background in different retailers here. Some of them have like more than 20 years of experience working with the different big players here, and they know a lot of the suppliers here. So we went to these suppliers together with the team and to the small one, family-owned suppliers as well. And the goal for us was to have, let's say, cuisine of the world. Yeah, so it can serve the purpose for everyone. And even, let's say, if we have some nationalities from, let's say, like CIS countries, even not the people from the CIS usually eat the CIS food on the daily basis.
Exactly.
Yeah? So they have all the different preferences. But for us, it was to have the consistency of the customer flow, and that everyone can find everything they want according to their taste on the daily basis at Roots. Because Roots at the end is the convenience grocery shopping. It's not a Carrefour hypermarket, for example, where people shop once a week. So regularly, according to the statistics that we have, people have around 4 items in their basket. So they just grab something to cook for lunch or for dinner. Or
so they want everything fresh.
They want everything fresh, and they visit the store at least 3 times on average per week. Yeah, so this is like we have a loyalty program, and
you say visit store plus online. They visit, they shop something, or 3 times in total.
3 times in total.
Okay.
3 times in total. Because we deliver across Dubai, we deliver in the community itself by the autonomous robots. So this is an additional, basically, feature that works with the developer.
Robots with our dear partner from Yango.
Yes.
And your dear partner.
Yes. Yeah. So all the new features that we can bring to the market as the newcomers, either it's F&B or it's retail, it makes a real difference for the developers, because they also want to be, let's say, the first one who introduced. Yeah, so it was all around the news that the Shoba is the first one who introduced the autonomous delivery.
But Shoba was, you said they were supportive. Did they promote you anyhow as the first in Dubai within Shoba portfolio? Yeah,
we had, let's say, 4 sites involved in all of the PR. Here it was us, Yango, RTA, because everything related to the roads is basically RTA, and Shoba itself as a developer. And we had let's say, massive campaign by
omni-channel campaign.
Yeah. So, and inside the community, they also give us an opportunity to participate in the different events. And it's not only sponsor based, basically. Yeah. So once we were running the nutritionalist workshop, and they provided us with quite a nice venue inside the community, which you cannot book actually, because this is something that they use internally for their purposes. So there are a lot of collaborations there.
So let's jump a bit behind the curtain of the business. Yeah. So Dubai doesn't sound to all the people out there knowing that Dubai is in the middle of the desert, though it's near the sea, but it's in the desert, right? So Dubai is not food independent itself, or is it? Maybe you will. And connected to that, how do you manage to build the independent supply constant of the day-to-day groceries, meat, fish, all of that? Plus you have fantastic, milk. How do they call it? Those things with milk, yogurt, dairy products. Thank you so much. You are closer to that than me. I only consumer, not producer nor seller. So. And you need to have the constant supply of that to the kitchen, because you have ready-made meals as well with your partners and yourselves as well. Plus, you need to store it somewhere. So all of that behind the curtains, how does it operate, and how did Dubai affect you?
And on top of this is the temperature.
Oh, yeah, the temperature.
Is,
and even though people know that the temperature is there, I know for a fact that storing of the multi-temperature warehouses is very poorly developed on the local market. So there's no standards as per se, right?
Yes, it is. So it's happy to describe it.
Please.
Look,
you're the man for that.
We have at the moment around 80% of assortment localized already. Yeah, so we work with the local suppliers. We have 75 local suppliers, and it took us 9 months to basically find them and build the relationship with them. So imagine now, like 80%
locally based, not Emirati.
No, not all of them are Emiratis.
Exactly, but locally based.
In the UAE. Some of them, let's say, already on the market for 10, 15 years. Some of them are just like small family businesses that opened, let's say, last month. But we are differentiating the portfolio, and the idea of the concept, one of the pillars of the concept, is that we support the small businesses, which is very critical for them.
Like small business is quite hard to keep consistency.
Yes, and they are working with us with a private label concept. Yes, because they are like producing everything under our brand. That gives them, let's say, the volume to, let's say, based on this volume, have the economy of scale and build their brands as well. So this is like a win-win for both of us.
but before that, did they have any form of supply to anything else, or they just sold it to their neighbors?
Yeah, so no, like they were trying to do some business through the online channels, yes, but the commissions that they are, let's say, usually paying to all of the online players, it's very hard to enter the traditional retail. Everyone starts usually with online. And so people go to Deliveroo, Shop, and other places. Yeah, and they start to work like a grocery store, like a grocery store, or like a restaurant. Basically, if they have a kitchen, they can easily start working with Deliveroo. It can take a couple of days, but the commission will be 35%.
Exactly,
and it should, let's say, the economics should work. When we come to them, we say that we are not charging any commissions, and we even don't have the listing fees like all of the players here on the market, and we have no returns. Basically, we just buy the products from you. So, but the only thing is that you need to follow our recipes. If something needs to be changed in the product, if you have now the preservatives, colorings, and so on, and it needs to be under our label.
Okay.
So this thing we did
our. Tell them I need like 10 something, 12 of something according to a recipe, and you can be sure that all of that is sold. So it's prepaid or something.
Yeah. So we have different payment methods. With some of them, we start even with the prepayment. So because they need to buy the raw
ingredients,
ingredients, yeah. So now 80% of the assortment is localized. This was the homework that we did in 9 months. 20% we still depend on import. We have it mostly from the CIS countries, and here we just didn't manage to find the same flavor in the products. So it's not the super critical ones, but these are some ice creams, for example, that people miss. These are some dumplings that people are missing. And just the local players, they like them. Yeah, so the local players didn't manage to, let's say, make enough R&D to prepare the samples. But we have our food technologists here.
Yeah.
The team of the food technologists who are in touch constantly with the suppliers, and they develop slowly different products. So the goal, if you ask me about the goal is 100% private label, locally sourced.
Fantastic. And what about such things as, I don't know, tomatoes, vegetables, fruits?
Yeah, we are partnering with the farms here. The guys are doing it in the vertical farms with the hydroponic different technologies, and seeds are coming from all over the world. Agriculture specialists are coming from all over the world, and we have really good portfolio of players here. And some of the products are even exclusively grown by our partner farms. If you take the example of the cucumbers, which are like the Cornichon style, is a mix of, let's say, French crispiness and Uzbek taste. So these are the, let's say, some of the unique things.
The pillars of cucumbers.
Pillars of cucumbers. And then here comes the question where to store it, basically. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
the line.
Yeah. So this I'm coming from the logistics background and supply chain. I started my career in DHL many years ago. So I was in a lot of the warehouses in a lot of the different countries and regions. But when I come to Dubai, I always was wondering how the cold storage, and especially the freezer storage, is important. It's important for the guys who are producing it and for the guys who are storing it if they are in the retail business, because there is no, let's say, no chance for the mistake. Yeah?
Exactly.
So once the product is defrosted, the ice cream, for example, you will never buy it. Yeah, you will see that it was defrosted, and you will see it even in the freezer when you come to the store. So here we started with an approach by going to the big players, but the big players were let's say renting out only, let's say, the huge volume, like huge spaces if they had it. And there was no solution for, let's say, the flexible, scalable business, a flexible solution for the scalable business when we can have, say, 150 square meters of like frozen, 150 meters of chilled, and the ambient as well. Yes, so we had an attempt with the guys in Jebel Ali, where it was convenient also to take some import from the port and then bring it there and store it there. However, the charges there for in and out were quite expensive. Yes, because they working with the, say, different shipments before, different products before, and they were not ready for the grocery. They just had a huge warehouse with -18 temperature, and we just had a deal that small corner is for us. Yeah, but it's not a sustainable solution. And then we went to different players who are working as fulfillment centers, and they are working only with the let's say fashion products. This is quite, let's say, good developed at the moment here. And then they are thinking about how to cross-utilize their teams in their business. So we found one guy, some guys who recently launched small freezer and small chiller room next to their fulfillment of the fashion business. So we basically had an opportunity.
It's a miracle.
It's miracle, yes. So like, I was always thinking that maybe I'll find now some shoes in the freezer, but because like different things happen here in Dubai, you know. So so far it's working. Okay, it's well, and they're quite supportive. But again, like this is very small kind of family-owned business run by the guys. So the big players are not there yet.
So do you have ambitions of your own facilities, your own kitchen, dark kitchen, or fabric of kitchen, whatever you call it?
We do. First of all, we have a like ambition for our own, let's say, own operated warehouse space, because it gives us the flexibility and the quality.
For you and for others, also renting it out.
Yes, for us and for others, for example. But like we definitely will start for like some space for us, where we will have, let's say, 200, 250 square meters of the frozen, and the same for chilled, and then the same for ambient, that we can operate with our staff and with our IT systems, because like to have the visibility of the stock is like super critical. And also to have the, like, let's say, the fast reaction from the team who is managing this on the floor is even more critical. So we cannot find it on the market at the moment.
Yeah, but that's very weird, right? Because Dubai is such a well-developed city, like in the center of business globally, but still those niche things, you always encounter them and you can't find them.
Yes, and we, let's say, we are okay to give a kind of discount when it comes to our store. It's like in terms of the shipment preparation, pallets, products, stock accuracy, and so. But when we partner with different players like Carrefour and Noon, we, let's say, completely dependent on their expectations, and we also don't want to lose this business. So basically, we are now like brainstorming internally that ideal scenario for us is that we manage operations ourselves.
So you need to be fully independent in this process. So in order not to get attached to anybody's operations, which are questionable sometimes, right? Okay. And what about online, offline? Do you see people flowing from online to offline, or it's a merge, omni-channel thing? Like, how does it work with you?
So
because you have deliveries partners, of course. All about you mentioned the other guys, but and also you have your own. So it's a lot of channels. So how does it work? Where do you see the flow of people?
It's an interesting question, because I was graduating in I think 2020 or 2021 from the executive MBA. This was the topic of my thesis.
So you know a thing or two.
Yeah.
You've done your research.
Yes.
But in Roots, for example.
In Roots, we have currently offline presence for, let's say, the residents who are, 90% of the offline visitors are the residents of this specific community, and 10% are the guys who are coming from different places of Dubai, because either they're visiting someone and they want also to shop in Roots, or they're coming on purpose. Loyal customers. At the same time, we have also two very famous schools in this community, and sometimes parents just drop the kids and they also want to shop in Roots. And this is the stable cohort, let's say, of the people, of the audience who are shopping with us offline. Shopping because of the convenience, shopping because of the products. Then we have quite significantly growing organically the number of online orders. So we were very conservative in the beginning. We thought that will be like around 10%. Now we're already facing 25% of the revenue coming from the online orders. Not surprisingly, the basket of the online orders is almost, let's say, double as high as the offline orders.
But I thought that, when you come and touch and see offline, and
you come every day.
There's a pathway of the consumer in the retail shops. It's like a science.
Yes.
But when you see that, you grab more and more and more. But online, I thought that you want specific things.
We thought the same, but you see like how the location basically works as a benefit in this case, because we don't have our store in every community. So people from Marina are ordering and they think, okay, like there is the threshold for the minimum order for the free delivery is 150 dirham. Fine, okay, I'll take some frozen products. Anyway, nothing will happen with them. Yeah, I'll just stock it in the fridge, and then this is how you're growing the basket. But we were doing the experiment. We were going down in terms of the threshold for the minimum, let's say, free delivery. We were going up to down to 100 dirham. Check is still high. So it's the loyalty, and it's the people want these products. And when they browse online, we have a very nice application now built by the Anga team. So we browse online. There are a lot of the suggestions. Basically, this is also AI. Yeah, definitely AI. The same like in the warehouses. Yeah. And we ensure the same customer journey online.
So, any plans? What are the plans?
Next
be everywhere.
Be everywhere where our consumers. So we are now.
But you mentioned that Dubai is looked by Mar first of all as the kings of retail here, but like a big shopping center. You mentioned very briefly about the shopping center as a destination for your business, but of course, people and viewers and everybody I spoke with are always concerned. Like it's 100 degrees outside, people are always under the roof, and you are a street retail shop. So does it affect you, or you want to be in the shopping mall, or shopping mall is too much, too big? And
no, mall is absolutely fine, but the mall is the mall is the hardest to enter because usually there is just like one anchor player. Take the Dubai Hills with G&G as giant player there. Yeah, there is only Mark and Spencer who managed to enter there, but positioning themselves not as a convenience grocery shopping, but just like a specialty store.
Yeah, same as the Mall of Emirates I saw. So it's a part of their shop, which is quite tiny, and everything is branded.
So let's say like what we did with Mall of Emirates, for example, is that we understood that there is no way to get into it, but we understand that the flow and the audience is going through the Carrefour. And we have now the partnership with Carrefour, where we have in the hypermarket the corner where people can find the clean label products. So we have our top sellers there, around 300 SKUs, and we'll grow up to 500. So basically, we benefit on the footfall and the convenience that Mall of Emirates is giving. And Carrefour itself is benefiting from the clean label products because no one was able to find them before.
And they can't provide it themselves.
Yeah, they can't provide it themselves.
And what are your ambitions on the region in general, the country?
So we have
development.
We have plans to expand in UAE with Abu Dhabi and Ras Al Khaimah and maybe Al Ain as well. So in total to have by 2029 around 70-80 stores in different formats. So it can be like 100 square meters, can be like for the residential or
the formats that you mentioned.
Yeah, different like it can be a bigger one, and then we are looking into the KSA as well.
KSA. What year to expect you in KSA?
Maybe in a couple of years, but we first want to start with...
You need to be there by FIFA World Cup, right? That's for sure.
We want to start with exporting the products from the UAE first, see the demand there, and then go with our own chain.
But so you see that this region, people can afford that, right? Do you see that the clean label products, as you call them, or a fresh product, and this trend, which is here to stay, requires higher check, higher purchasing power, or in a course of time that will be like a normal thing, like buying
the goal for us at the moment is that we make it affordable. So we are also not positioning ourselves as organic, because when people hear organic or bio,
they double the check.
Yeah, basically, and the people like
so that's exactly where I'm heading.
Yeah,
so organic versus clean.
We make it clean, we make it affordable, and we have our own policy. Yeah, so it's not related to organic products as well. So for us, let's say, in a nutshell, it's basically no preservatives, no artificial colorings, and let's say less sugar. Let's say like not going too deep into, let's say, the kind of gluten-free, sugar-free things. So of course, we have them.
Yeah, because you hear them everywhere, but nobody knows exactly what they mean.
Yeah, because there is instead of sugar, there can be something different, which is more harmful.
Exactly.
So we make it affordable. This is the goal for us. It's the goal for the whole team.
I see. Well, thank you, Teimur. I think we've covered a lot. Thank you so much for taking your time to join. Thank you for the viewers. And if there will be any questions, make sure that you leave them somewhere, send us to online.
So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Take care.